Hello, this is Laura Burt-Nicholas, and this is video number 2 for Biology 1100, where we're going to be talking about how to find scientific information in the library databases. We're starting out on the library homepage, cod.edu/library. And at this point, what I'm going to do is click on Databases right here in the upper green dark toolbar. This brings you to a list of the many online resources we purchase for COD students. At this point, we're going to click on General Databases and then on Academic Search Complete. And a good thing to know as you get started searching the databases is that you almost never want to have a really general search, like, for example, obesity. So, for example, I was thinking about infomercials we frequently see that tell us that stress is the cause of obesity or abdominal fat. And so what you want to do once you have a research question like that, is stress actually linked to obesity, is to start to break that question up into some keywords. So what I'm going to do at this point is type in stress and then obesity. And then I'm going to hit search right here just to get a sense of the general results we're going to find. One of the first things you should notice is that we're looking at a pretty big topic, so we've got almost 6,400 articles that connect those two words in some ways. The next thing we're going to want to do is to scroll down on the screen, and what I'm looking for is one article that might offer some interesting insight in terms of title or in terms of the subjects that are listed right here underneath the article information. So are there words I should be thinking about or changing that would help me to get a better set of results? As I scroll down here, there are a couple of things I noticed that might be interesting. So first of all, it looks like there are a lot of articles looking at obesity in children. So that might be something to look at in the future potentially. Keep scrolling down, and you'll also see that one of the things that catches my eye is that underneath this title here we've got stress and then followed by psychology, which might be an interesting direction to go in. So what I'm going to do is scroll back up at this point. And rather than searching by just stress, I'm going to try and paste that word here in the search box and then hit search. At this point, you can see that we're looking at about 842 articles, so we've drastically dropped the number of articles we're looking at. There are a couple of other ways we can narrow down this initial set of results other than by changing the words we're searching by. One of these is over here on the left side of the screen. You can see that we're looking at articles that are as old as 1985, which of course is probably not something you want to be doing for this class. A good general rule of thumb for searching in the sciences is to be looking at information that's about 5 years old and more current, although depending on your topic, you might want to be careful. The second thing I'm going to do, now that we've changed the date range to 2012 to 2017, is I'm going to select full text over here on the left side of the screen. The reason I want to do that is that I want to make sure that we have a couple of good examples here that are accessible right in the database that we can start to play around with. At this point, as you start to scroll down, you'll see that we're looking at a much more focused set of articles, so about 200. You can also see that there's some interesting information here, articles that we might start to be able to use. So for example, if I click on article number 2, the associations between sedentary behavior and mental health among adolescents, you'll see first of all that what you get at the very top of the screen is a lot of the information you're going to put in your citation at the end of your project. So the article title right here, the associations between sedentary behavior and mental health among adolescents, a systematic review. The author information follows that right below. You then get information about the journal this article is published in, the International Journal of Behavioral Nutrition and Physical Activity, the date the article was published, the volume number, and the page numbers of the original article. Keep scrolling down, and you'll see that for just about every article in this database, what you're going to see is an abstract. That is going to be a summary of the article. And the abstract can actually tell you a lot about the article before you even read it. So first of all, the summary can tell you whether or not the article is actually focused on your topic, if it would help you in your research. You can also see the language level in the abstract will be a good predictor for the language level in the article itself. So for example, if you're struggling to understand what the abstract is telling you, that's probably a good sign you want to keep looking at other articles to find one that would be both interesting and a little bit easier to read. Let me scroll back up to the top and go back to the result list. And now that we've talked about changing around your search words, we've talked about how to get a little more information about the article by clicking on the title and looking at abstracts, as well as how to narrow by date and by full text. We're going to end this video now, and the next one will pick up with talking about the difference between the kind of sources you find in the database. Thank you.